Hi, this is Lisa Rangel with Chameleon Resumes, the premier executive resume writing company. And thank you so much for joining me today. Today, I am speaking to you from Cornell University. I'm actually here for an in-person conference. It's the first one that I've been to first in-person conference I've been to in 2.5 years, definitely right prior to COVID. And I don't think I've been back to Cornell in 3 years. So I'm really happy to be here. For those of you who don't know, this is where I got my bachelor's degree, and I'm a hotel administration school graduate, so Cornell Hotelli. Very excited, very proud. And I'm here for a conference for the Presidential Council of Cornell Women, which I've been a part of now for about 8 years. And I'm just so excited because I'm seeing people I haven't seen in a couple of years, and although many I've spoken to on and off, either via Zoom or via phone over the last couple of years, just to see everyone in person again is truly wonderful. And it's like wearing a glove that you haven't worn in a long time, right? Or wearing a pair of pants you haven't worn in a long time, and they just fit so great. So it's like I've never left, and the people I'm seeing that I know, it's as if I haven't had 3 years, or 2 years in between. And it's like we picked up right where we left off. And I'm obviously meeting a lot of new people. So it's really fantastic. And I'm so energized by it. I definitely had some anxiety about leaving my house after being home for 2 years. But oh my God, I'm so glad I did. So anyway, so that's what I'm here. So I wanted to talk to you about what to do in terms of how to leverage when you do go to a conference and how you can reinvigorate your network using the conference experience as the leverage that you can, use to reach out to people. So it may sound simple enough, but you'll be surprised how many people don't do it. And honestly, it's not something I did till probably about 10 years ago. It's not something I did, or maybe 15 years ago. It's not something I knew intuitively. And it's only when I started going to conferences and I saw other people do it, and I was like, I can do that. That makes sense. I'll do that. I would go to conferences thinking like I'll just meet people there and follow up afterwards. And while that's obviously a tactic you want to do, something that I do, and I know it's not unique to me, it's not my idea per se, I couldn't even tell you where I got it from, but I probably just witnessed someone else doing it, is, so I basically do three things that, when I'm about to attend a conference. And so, the first is, so this is a Cornell conference, and although I'm here for a women's conference, they're actually doing a few different group conferences concurrently. It's the whole post-COVID, everybody meeting rush, and safely, of course. But so there's a few different groups here. And what I did was, I reached out to friends. I reached out to people that I know. I reached out to clients. And I said, hey, I'm going to Cornell. Are you going? And I reached out to probably, I don't know, about 30 or 40 people doing that. And, some said yes, some said no. And the ones that said yes, we're trying to meet up during the time that I'm here. And, and those that said no, we're like, let's chat when you get back. And it's still, a point of entry, right? And it's a point of reaching out to somebody, and you have something meaningful to reach out to. And then the second piece is, not everyone that I thought of beforehand. I reached out to people while I was here. I saw them post something on social media. I goes, oh God, I didn't think of asking them beforehand if they're going. Or people I met here, I'd find them on LinkedIn and, try to meet with them again before I leave on Sunday. So the second piece is to reach out to people while you're here. Not only people but people you don't know. And, just this morning, I saw someone who I met on Twitter, and we both, graduated from Cornell, 2 totally different years. I think there might be about 15 years between us, actually. The person's younger than me. And I saw the person post something this morning on LinkedIn, and I said, hey, just to refresh your memory, we met on Twitter, and I'm just checking out, I'm just asking if you're here at Cornell. And the person isn't here, but, I said, I'd love to chat when I'm back and if you're able. So again, it's just a point of leverage, right? It's just a point of leverage. So, and then the third piece of what to do when you're going to a conference, and this is more the obvious piece, but I'm just going to put it here as and I'm holding this, so I'm sorry that I'm shaking. But so anyway, we don't have all the equipment here today. Again, goes back to what I said in the last video about being imperfect. Well, what you're witnessing that here today. So, and then the third piece is to reach out to people afterwards. People you met, people that were new that you met, people that and you met here and you want to follow up again and again. And you know what? Here's a one component of the third piece that a lot of times people don't think of. People you wanted to meet and you didn't get to meet. Use that as a point of leverage, saying, hey, we didn't get to meet when we were both at campus or at the conference. So would you be open to having, 15, 20-minute coffee chat and at your leisure, no pressure, no obligation. Just know that I was thinking of you and I would love to have a chat. So, don't overthink it, just keep it really simple and just use the experiences as a point of entry, as a common point of entry to just strike up a conversation with someone. And, if you do that 15 to 20 times, focus on the 6 or 7 people that get back to you. Don't worry about the, 14, 13 that didn't. Everybody's busy, who got, overwhelmed, while they were at the conference and couldn't network as much, who had to catch up on a boatload of work when they get back. And so they don't necessarily have the opportunity to get back to people right away. But, people see your message, they see your email, they see your LinkedIn message, and it files away as somebody who, thought of them. So it doesn't go unnoticed, even if you don't get a reply back. So use your experiences as leverage, and now you may be asking, well, what if I don't go to the conference? You know what? Ask them anyway. Hey, I'm not going. Are you going? What did you learn? Who'd you see? Or you're not going either? How about we chat? We'll have our own little conference, we'll chat, we'll have coffee chat over Zoom. So even if you don't go, it's still a point of leverage, right? It still can be the point, and it doesn't have to be a collegiate conference. It can be a professional conference. It can be an industry conference. It can be anything. So just use it as the point of leverage to make the connection, and do it with people that do it with people that you don't know, and just reference something in their background. If it's somebody you don't know, knowing that you maybe have that conference opportunity in common, and just see what they say, so you'll be surprised. And not going to a conference can be just as much of an opportunity as going to a conference, right? Because somebody not going may feel left out. Now here you are reaching out to them saying, hey, I'm not going either. How about we chat? So I'm telling you, everything can be made into an opportunity. It's just really how you reframe it, right? So anyway, that's my tidbit today. Networking is really the magic elixir to getting, to overcoming ageism in your job search. So you can absolutely apply this at any age, but especially as a senior level professional. So again, this is Lisa Rangel, Chameleon Resumes, premier executive resume writing company. And I thank you for joining me today. If you like the video, I'm going to ask you to like it. If you know someone who's headed to a conference and this is going to benefit them, I'm going to ask you to share the video. Feel free to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss next week's video. And I feel like I'm leaving something out, but we're going to go with that. So thank you so much again for joining me today, and see you next week. Take good care.